sixth race continues over 10. Front side left, 400.
Welcome to special stage and to the finale of the 2015 BTRDA Rally Championship. This is the Cambrian. Of course, the championship title has already been sewn up by Scottish pairing Dave Weston Jr. and Kirsty Riddick. But here's a look at who else we've got our eyes on today. Outgoing champion Steve Perez leads the championship cruiser way in the focus. But of the regulars, it will be Luke Francis looking for a good result on his home rally. That group end battle would of course be missing one of its crews after the tragic loss of Andy Mort. His fellow competitors all rallying with him in mind this weekend. Steve, our outgoing champion here, is a bit of a final flourish in the car this season.
Yeah, it's just great, isn't it? Last time I was here, I was under so much pressure to win the championship. It was, in lots of ways, the best rally in my life, in lots of ways, the worst rally. And I'm just so pleased to be here and just out having fun. Some great competition as well, some fantastic quick boys in Fiestas. So I don't know if the old elderly World Rally car will keep up with her.
Luke, we know you go well here on your home rally. You've won this event before. How are you feeling today in the new car?
Yeah, quite confident to be fair. It's brilliant weather conditions for today, so yeah, hoping for a good result.
Are you going to be on it from the start? Or are you going to sort of pick your pace up as you go?
I want to get back here for the rugby, so we're just going to take it steady this morning, see how we get on, and then we'll have a push this afternoon.
I bet the rugby's not the only thing on your mind today. Good luck.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Hugh, new car. You love this rally, don't you?
Well, it's my local rally, so obviously I enjoy coming here. Enjoy the stages. They're looking good again this year. But mind you, well, half the rally this year I've never done. So Elsie and Crabmont, I've never been in there. So for me, I'm probably the least knowledgeable guy on this rally this year, but you know we're not here for any sort of result or anything. We're just coming to try the new car out. It's been hired off Dommy Buckley Jr. So we had about 30k in it on Monday up at Greystoke. So it's a cracking little car, standard R5. So obviously a little bit down on power compared to the world car, but the handling and the braking, phenomenal on it. You know,
you should be able to chuck it around like your old Focus.
Well, we'll see. I mean, I'm back on this side of the car, so I'm back on the left-hand drive. I haven't been in left-hand drive since, crikey, about 2010 or 11, something like that. So my book of excuses is here. I've got them all ready. So, but no, we're looking forward to it.
Callum, this could be a pretty big day for you.
Yeah, no, looking forward to it. Pressure's on to get a finish, and it'd almost be easier to go. You have to win to take the championship, but no, we'll be trying and at the same time making sure we stay on the road.
I'm sure you've been doing your maths as well as your homework. The stages look good out there.
Yeah, no, I've been doing my maths a little bit, trying to work out the different scenarios, but ultimately a top 7 finish, I think, in the two-wheel drive, Silver Star, and we take the title.
Boyd, I'm sure you've done the maths. You're in with a shout here.
Yeah, I've done the maths. A long shot, really. Callum's got to have a problem, to be fair, so we're just going to go out and enjoy ourselves, go as hard as we can, and see what happens, really.
It's been great to have you back in the championship this season. This is one of the top events, isn't it?
Yeah, I haven't been back here since 2012, but stages look great. We've got 595 corners, so I've done the maths. I've done that math as well, yeah. Yeah, can't wait.
The Cambrian Rally celebrates 60 years here on the Llandudno Promenade this year. And as the crews make their way into the North Wales Forest for some of the stages that have made this event so popular with competitors and spectators over the years, we're there with all the action right now. You're watching Special Stage. On to the first couple of stages then, and it will be a great start for Steve Perez and Paul Spooner. They settle straight back into things with the lead of the rally. It will be close though, with Luke Francis and John Roberts ending stage 2 just a couple of seconds back from Perez, and of course leading the way in the B13 class. Paul Ben and Richard Cook bring out the focus that Ewan Thorburn had of course been competing in on earlier rounds, and it seemed that the performance was looking good too, 3rd place for now. A new car for Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank for this event, or a hired one at least, as the pair get into the swing of things after some time out of the seat. And back in left-hand drive as well, 4th place for the pair now. It will be a great start for Aaron McClure and Elliot Edmondson. They lead the way in the N4 class, the pair choosing not to sign on for points at this round to ensure Andy Mort maintains his 3rd place in the championship this season. A humbling gesture from the young pair and reflective of everyone's feelings this weekend. 2nd place in the Group N fight were Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. As always, the times were close, just 3 seconds between the pair at this stage. And it will be Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy lying in 3rd in the class. 8 seconds the difference at this end of the podium places, but the class battle was still going on into the next loop of stages. Bob Keane and Andy Bull make a good start to the rally. 7th place for now, just 4 seconds behind Thompson ahead. And for Paul Davey and Roger Allen, it will be 8th. Sadly for the pair, that would come to an end in the very next stage when they retire with a broken gearbox. Brian Bell makes a good start to the rally with Jamie Edwards alongside for the first time. The pair were going well in 9th overall at this stage. And rounding out our top 10 were Sarah Williams and Mark Glenister. 2nd in the B13 class at this stage and just 6 seconds behind Bell. And just outside the top 10, it will be 3rd in that B13 class for Rob Dennis and Andrew Boswell, back out for another run in the Subaru this weekend. Sadly, we lose Steve Simpson and Patrick Walsh early in the event when the alternator fails in the first stage of the day.
3 right in, 40, down to a turn, fast 6 right in. Fast 6 right in here. 60, stay mid of a crest, flat 1 left, 40, flat 1 left in, into 2 right in, opens long, 2 right in, opens long, in a care, slowing crest, into 5 left in, slowing crest, 5 left in, into over finish crossroads, 40, 2 right, straight on, 2 right, okay, he's off.
We've got problems. We've got problems.
Onto the Silver Star, and it will be the early lead for Callum Black and Paul Wakely. They need a good result this weekend to stand any chance of winning the Silver Star Championship. They wouldn't have it easy though, with John Rowlands and Glenn Latham out to try and beat them to the 2-wheel drive honours. At this stage though, it will be 2nd place, 15 seconds back. Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull will be one of the main rivals to Callum Black this weekend for Silver Star honours. And so far, 3rd place was a good start, 4 seconds back from Rowlands ahead.
3 right, long, tightens, 3rd gear, late, and small crest, into flat right, 60 to through posts, and to turn hairpin left, keep it tidy, into through posts, 4th left, tight, 100 to 2 left, 60 to 2 right, over bump, 40 to 2 left, flat, 60 to crest, bump, 2 right, 3rd gear, 3 left bumps, 100 to 1 left, flat, 80 to 1 right, flat over crest, 100 to 5 right, don't cut, narrows, into 5 left, slippy, into 1.
Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson make a great start to their event with 4th place, despite a spin on the 2nd stage costing them a little time. The pair lying 2nd in the class behind Black as well in the little DS3 battle going on here at the final round of the season. For John Ballinger and Mike Wilding, it will be 5th. The pair having a good start to the event to also lie 3rd in the B11 class at this stage. And third of our DS3s in the top of the results, Richard Sykes and Emma Morrison make a good start to the day. 6th place, a little back from where they would have liked to have been at this stage though. And it's a great start for Paul Street and Stuart Proctor. They reach the end of the 2nd stage of the day with the lead of the H3 class. 7th place on the leaderboard in Silver Star for now. A good start too for Tony Williams and Karen Phelps as they reach this stage in 8th place. Steve Black and John Connor meanwhile make it 4 DS3s in the top of the Silver Star results. They lie in 9th place overall, and rounding out the top 10 were Rennie Takato and Keegan Rees, leading the way in the B10 class in that Citroen C2. In some of the classes outside the top 10, it will be the H2 class lead for Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter. For Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith, it will be the H1 class lead, sitting just outside the top of the overall results in 12th place. And David Dobson and Steve Pugh make a steady start to the event with 2nd in the H2 class. And in 14th on our leaderboard, it will be 2nd in the H3 class for Steve Ward and Mike Crawford in that Escort. Kit and Tim Lee were marking a special occasion, running with number 100 on the door to mark their 100th event. Sadly for the pair, it wasn't quite going to plan, with some damage to the front end of the Fiesta, although they do hold 2nd in the B10 class. And 3rd in that class were Philip Clark and Stanley Graham, 17th overall and 3rd in the class in the Escort. Just the one crew in the N3 class this weekend, with that championship win being sewn up by Tony Simpson last time out. So for John Ambler and Chris Sharp-Simkis, it will be about a finish this weekend. For Ron Hall and Phil Spilstead, it will be 3rd in the H2 class, a little way behind Dobson and Forrest up ahead. So with 2 stages complete, it's Steve Perez with the overall and Gold Star lead. And Callum Black looks good for the championship result in a Silver Star at this stage of the rally. On to the next couple of stages, and it will be all change at the top. Luke Francis and John Roberts leading the crews back to service in that rally lead. You're certainly doing what you need to do in there.
Yeah, the take it steady going out the window on the start line of the first stage. We had a bit of a stupid mistake on the second, we lost a lot of time, but yeah, having a good day so far.
You're on a charge though right now, 4 stages in and it's looking good.
Yeah, we're having a good go, really enjoying the stages, events going well, so yeah, having a good day.
For Steve Perez and Paul Spooner, it would just be too much to keep Francis at bay. The push by the new leader just too much for their lack of seat time in the car this weekend. They end this loop in 2nd place. Well, Steve, you knew you'd have a fight on your hands this morning. You're fighting back.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I was very, very rusty, particularly on the first stage. Just trying to get into rhythm of the car, really trusting the car on the fast stuff. Yeah, the first stage we had a puncture, rear right puncture. Well, it was certainly flat at the end of it, and yeah, it's difficult just getting. Yeah, the last car I drove, I think, was a Stratos and then a Porsche, and then to get into this beast, it's quite different.
Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank get to grips with the car a little more in these stages and move their way up the results a bit more into 3rd place now. 4 down, happy?
Yeah, certainly the last 2. It was, it's very different to the Subaru. It's obviously this side of the car and everything, and the first 2 were really twisty, very, very much slipperier than I thought they were going to be actually. So we were all right. We were learning a bit, but the last 2 were very good. Thoroughly enjoyed the last 2. Pemachno was excellent, so enjoying it, and we're here.
It's all change in the Group N fight. Sadly for Aaron McClure and Elliot Edmondson, it will be brake failure in stage 3 changing things for them, the pair retiring from the lead. This left it open for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence to take the number 1 spot in that class now, leading the way in the Group N and in 4th place overall. 4 stages in, what's the story?
Well, we think we're having a good run. The stages are great fun, very slippy, and we're just having a good time. Obviously, we hope to be here with Tom and Andy. That's obviously not going to happen now, so we're just going to have a good run round and see how it goes. But Aaron was beating us earlier. He was going really well, and obviously Russ is trying the Cambrian out. And yeah, we've got to get to the finish and have a good time.
Fighting in the name of Mr. Mort.
Yeah, thanks very much.
Things were still going well for Paul Ben and Richard Cook in that Amigos-sponsored Focus. They do drop down the results a little now into 5th, but the times were still looking good. Paul's a proven car this year. Enjoying yourself? It's a proven car.
Really good. Made a punching on the last one, which has just knocked the edge off it, but we've had a cracking start, really. Yeah, good. Really enjoying it.
And it will be a similar story for Bob Keane and Andy Bull. Taking it steady to avoid any mistakes, they lie in 6th place overall at this stage.
Well, we're still here, which is the important bit. I think we're doing enough to be there. It's just make sure we don't make any mistakes in the second half, try and keep it together.
Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy were dropping a little on the times, but with this being the pair's dropped round, it didn't matter for the championship. 7th place for now, 2nd in Group N.
Russ, Andy, be enjoying this fight?
Yeah, we're a bit behind. We're struggling a little bit today, but still enjoying it. Yeah, but yeah, mainly we're just doing this event because it's the first round next year, so we're not too fussed. But it'd be nicer to be a bit nearer to Pat.
The debut in that new, unmistakable R5 Fiesta was going well for Rhys Yates and Tom Woodburn. A cautious start in the new car to get into things on the morning stages had now turned into a push.
He let you out in the R5 then. How are you finding it?
Yeah, loving it, to be fair. We had a little trip into the ditch on the first stage. I thought, oh God, here we go. But yeah, I got that out of the way now. Lost a bit of time there, but yeah, just getting some seat time.
A bit different to what you've been used to.
It is a bit different. Notes come a lot quicker. You know, first stage I'm panicking a bit, but yeah, we're settling in a bit now. It's going well.
Dylan Davies and Leon Williams make a move into our top 10 now. Happy with the times and just looking to keep the pace into the afternoon. 2nd in the B13 class at this stage.
You happy after 4?
Yeah, it's going good so far. Times are okay, so hopefully we can keep going like that. I think we're 8th, so far. So yeah, I'm happy enough for that. It'll do.
Sadly, a small drop down the times for Brian Bell and Jamie Edwards. They don't drop too far though, ending this loop with 10th place overall and an ear-to-ear smile for Brian.
What's the story of those 4, Brian?
Story is fantastic. It was brilliant in there. Yeah. Scary, but brilliant.
Sarah Williams and Mark Glenister sit just outside our top 10, lying 3rd in the B13 class at this stage. The aim this weekend was a finish. A result would be a welcomed bonus.
Sarah, happy out there?
Yeah, not too bad. We had a spin and a stall on stage 2, which cost about 20 seconds. More maybe, but we're still here, so yeah. Looking at the times, it's not too bad. Finish, because I haven't finished the last 2 Cambrians, so I want to get to the Great Orme, and the end is the Great Orme, so yeah.
And with the loss of Aaron McClure from the Group N fight, it means a move into 3rd in that class for Sasha Kakad and Andrew Price. Not completely happy with the times, but they still have 4 more stages to go.
Sasha, 4 in, what's the story?
It's not been too good this morning, but we're still going. So yeah, it's been first 2 stages were quite tough for us.
Struggling to get the rhythm.
Bad driver, I think, rather than co-driver there, to be honest. But yeah, no, we're happy to be here at lunch. So
Plan for the afternoon?
Yeah, just go steady, make up some speed, a bit of pace, and put it in the bag for GB really.
Go steady and pick up pace doesn't work.
Well, I mean, just steady it out a little.
We like the sound of it though.
Yeah, I haven't quite figured it out. Thanks.
Onto the Silver Star, and Callum Black and Paul Wakely still hold the lead of that category with a slim 8 seconds advantage at the top.
Callum, just checking the results there. You happy?
Yeah, no, relatively happy. A couple of moments. Caught a slow car in that stage 4 last. It drops a couple of seconds and a bit of rhythm, but no, it's good. Just trying to keep in there, hang in there, and still go for the win, but maybe I should back off and be a bit more sensible.
Yeah, racking, but quite an exciting day for you both, no doubt.
Yeah, no, you could definitely say that. We've had a couple of moments where big trees seem to come towards us quite quickly, but the stages are great, and really enjoying it.
John Rowlands and Glenn Latham keep hold of their 2nd place at this stage. A few issues this morning will be sorted now, ready for a push this afternoon. You guys are certainly mixing up the Silver Star today.
Yeah, we're having a push in the afternoon now. We are a bit of an unfortunate this morning. Throttle TPS went on the first and second one. So them two Pimachna ones were very good. So this afternoon now, new tyres on and have a blast again. Yeah, on a charge, definitely.
It hadn't been the cleanest of runs for Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull this morning. They round out the podium places, but felt that they dropped too much time to make a difference in the afternoon. Second in the B11 class for now. Boyd, happy for him?
We haven't had a clean run. We got a puncher. So, got a puncher, and then I got lost on the notes. Decided to turn right when it was supposed to be straight. So, we've lost quite a bit of time. So, we're just going to go and have some fun, really.
It's noble to hear the driver admitting that he got the notes wrong.
Well, technically, Brian got lost first in the stage, and then I got lost later in the stage.
There we go.
1-1.
No change in these stages for Miriam Evans and Jonathan Jackson. Happier with the times now and getting a good rhythm. With just 10 seconds to Kershaw ahead, they would be able to push this afternoon.
To flat right, 50. Fast 2 left, keep in a bit, 60. Fast 2 left, ditch outside, 30. 3 left, keep in. To long, 3 right. 80 over crest. Long, 1 left, continues to crest for fast 3 right, keep in. 40. Flat left. 100 down over crests. Flat right, 80, slow, 3 right. 40. Turn 2 right minus. 40. Flat left into. 1 right, 1 left, 60. Flat left past the post, to flat right, to flat left, keep in, 40. 1 right in for tight, 1 left through the dip.
Miriam, are you happy after 4?
Sort of, yeah. We were dodgy first 2. We went off in the second one and spun, and we lost about 30 seconds. But I think the last 2 we had a good run through. I think the time in the last one was very good, so we're getting there now.
Richard Sykes and Emma Morrison were having a good clean run over these stages. Moving up the results a little more to take 5th place now. Happy with how things were going in the car this weekend as well.
Going well though, going well. Really enjoying it. Wow, really technical first couple of stages. I can't remember ever doing stages that technical. The last couple really opened nicely though when we got to let the legs go on this. Got into 6th gear a lot, really enjoyed that, and we're not quite sure where the times are at the moment. We're just checking them now as we've just been given the time card, so press on.
John Ballinger and Mike Wilding, meanwhile, were enjoying the second loop of stages a little more than the first, finding the stages flowing a little better now. They were spending less time in the ditches. Throwing it around out there, John.
Oh, wow, that was a bit hectic this morning, wasn't it? Yeah. Very tight and twisty in a couple of those stages. We had to find a few ditches on a couple of occasions to just help us out, but as you do.
Of course, yeah.
But other than that, no, it was all right. It was a good run, yeah, not too bad.
Just a small overshoot in this loop of stages for Paul Street and Stuart Proctor, but it didn't really cost them any time. They continue to lead the way in the H3 class from 7th overall.
To report, Paul? Nothing at all. Really nice, clean stages, fast and flowing. Just got caught out a little on the last one. Penmac South? Yeah. Over a crest, missed the 90 left and just a bit of spin on the handbraking away again, but probably lost 4 or 5 seconds.
A nice day out in North Wales then.
Exactly.
A few mistakes for Tony Williams and Karen Phelps would mean they hadn't got the clean run they wanted, but it wasn't going too badly apart from that. 8th place for now. 4 stages in, all good.
Not bad, Paul. We've had a couple of little mishaps. Had an overshoot on the last stage at 90 left. Didn't lose much time, 5 seconds, I suppose. Got a bit of oil leaking from the diff, but yeah, going okay, steady.
No change in the B10 class lead. Rene Takato and Keegan Rees continue to lead the way there, remaining inside our top 10, now in 9th place. That move into 9th means a drop to 10th for Steve Black and John Connor. Things were still close though, with just 6 seconds between the 2 cars at this stage. On to some of the classes, and it will be the H2 lead still for Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter, as they remain in 11th on the leaderboard. How's your rally shaping up, Dave?
Yeah, we've had a few moments, but it's good, fast. A few uphills, downdales. Great. All about having...
Kit and Tim Lee fight back after this morning's incident with the bank, moving up the results to 12th place now, second in the B10 class. 100th event, Kit, and you've put it in the scenery.
Yeah, a little bit. We ran wide on a corner, hit the back, and just went into a gate post. We're really lucky to get away with it, to be honest, because it was just missed everything. But other than that, it's been okay.
What's the plan for the afternoon then? Pick up the pace and fix that bumper?
Yeah, fix the bumper and then just push on. I mean, times haven't been too bad. I don't think so. But just the one big mishap. But yeah, we got away with it. So yeah, should be good.
And Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith continue to have fun in that H1 class. No competition for them in the class, but they were happy with 13th overall. Steve Ward and Mike Crawford end stage 4 with second in the H3 class. A little behind Street up ahead in the class lead, but going well in 14th overall. We'd see a few problems for David Dobson and Steve Pugh, the most time consuming being a stall in stage 4, but they remain second in the H2 class and in 15th on the leaderboard. A few small worries for Philip Clark and Stanley Graham too, the starter motor playing up and the clutch needing some adjustment. But for now, it was third in the B10 class and 16th overall. Things were still going okay for John Ambler and Chris Sharp Simkiss in the Fiesta, with their aim of a finish this weekend. The N3 class all to themselves, of course. And for Ian Barnes and Rob Gillam, that will be third in the H2 class, 19th overall on the results at this stage. So with 4 stages complete, it's all change at the top of the Gold Star, but business as usual for Callum Black in that Silver Star battle. On to the next pair of stages, and there will be no change at the top, with Luke Francis and John Roberts continuing to lead the way, and of course in that B13 class too. Their lead had become a little easier thanks to the loss of Steve Perez and Paul Spooner. They go wide on stage 6 and cause enough damage to the back of the car to see them retire on the spot. So that, of course, means promotion up the results for Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank. They move up to second place now. Clearly, the car was capable of the job and the pair were getting used to it as the day went on. Paul Ben and Richard Cook also enjoy a move back up the results. They step back up as far as third place now, but with 48 seconds to Hunter, it was looking like this was as far as they would go. They couldn't relax though, with Bob Keane and Andy Bull chasing them down, and actually ending this loop of stages on an identical overall time. Sadly, all of this movement would see Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence drop down the results into 5th. But despite that drop, it was only 2 seconds separating them from the few places above. They still lead the way in the Group N fight, crucially. The lead in that class was a reasonable one as well, certainly in comparison to the close times throughout the year. Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy lying second, and with 23 seconds to find in the final stages if they wanted to change that around. Rhys Yates and Tom Woodburn continue on the pace they'd settled into on the previous loop. Going back over the stages again for a second time would give them a benchmark in that new car, and would surely soak up the rougher stages a lot easier. Dylan Davies and Leon Williams remain in 8th, the times dropping away a little from Yates ahead, but only a few seconds. The 1-minute penalty they picked up wasn't helping, of course, and would have seen them in 5th. Brian Bell and Jamie Edwards take a step in the right direction as they move up into 9th place now, 33 seconds behind Davies ahead. And Sarah Williams and Mark Glenister round out the top 10 now, with 8 seconds to find to catch up to Bell, third in the B13 class at this stage. No change for Sasha Kakad and Andrew Price as they continue to round out the top of the N4 class, with 11th on the leaderboard. Dramatically, the Silver Star would see some changes as we lose Callum Black and Paul Wakely, their gearbox and their hopes of the title going on stage 6. So that means that for John Rowlands and Glenn Latham, it would now be the lead of the rally. 14 seconds the advantage, so they couldn't afford to back off. All of this, of course, was good news for Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull. The championship looking good now. They just needed a clean run to the finish. They'd be involved in a very close battle now with Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson at this stage though. Both crews on identical times and going into the final stages with those podium places all to play for. The loss of our leader also moves everyone else up the results, of course, and for Richard Sykes and Emma Morrison this means 4th place. They do also inherit 2nd in the B12 class as well. No change for John Ballinger and Mike Wilding. The gap to Sykes ahead was growing a little, but they remain in 5th place and 3rd in the B11 class. Tony Williams and Karen Phelps have a good run in these stages to move up to 6th place, 28 seconds behind Ballinger for the class and overall positions. Sadly, that means that it's still 7th place for Paul Street and Stuart Proctor. They remain where they were, gaining nothing from the changes above them, but they do remain in the lead of the H3 class. And it will be more of the same in these stages for Rene Takato and Keegan Rees. They continue to lead the way in the B10 class and end this loop with 8th. Things were still going the right way for Kit and Tim Lee as well. Their earlier troubles behind them as they move to 9th place now and get within 12 seconds of the B10 leaders up ahead. And it will be Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith rounding out the top 10 now. They may be in the H1 class alone, but they were having plenty of fun mixing it in the overall results. No change for Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter, still leading the H2 class and remaining in 11th overall in that escort. David Dobson and Steve Pugh meanwhile continue to hold 2nd in the H2 class, moving up the results a little in these stages to 12th overall. We'd see just 1 place gain for Steve Ward and Mike Crawford, 2nd in the H3 class still and moving to 13th overall. And Ian Barnes and Rob Gillam continue to round out the H2 class with 15th on the leaderboard in the escort. John Ambler and Chris Sharp Simkiss get themselves to the final stages of the event in 16th place. Just 3 more stages to go to claim that finish. So with the event reaching its final stages, it will be the lead still for Luke Francis. But all change in the Silver Star and looking good for the championship for Boyd Kershaw at this stage. On to the final stages of the event then, and it's the finish that John Ambler and Chris Sharp Simkiss were looking for, 15th overall and the N3 win. No change for Ian Barnes and Rob Gillam. They take 3rd in the H2 class and 14th on the leaderboard. Just 1 more place gained in this loop for David Dobson and Steve Pugh. They end the rally with 11th overall. Dave Forrest and Charlie Carter get themselves a top 10 finish, finishing with the H2 class lead and rounding out our top 10 overall. Some of this movement in the top 10 will be down to the loss of Tony Williams and Karen Phelps from the top of the results when they crashed the car, but luckily they do still make it to the finish. So for Barry Jordan and James Grattan Smith, it will be a welcomed 9th place finish. For Kit and Tim Lee, their 100th event didn't quite go to plan, but 8th place would be welcomed after the incident this morning could have been a lot worse. They take 2nd in the B10 class. But taking the B10 class victory were Rene Takato and Keegan Rees. They just hold on to that position to take the victory by just 2 seconds. Paul Street and Stuart Proctor have a good clean run in the final stages of the day to finish the event with 6th place overall. The H3 class win theirs today as well. And it's much the same in the story of John Ballinger and Mike Wilding. They take 5th place overall and 3rd in the B11 class. The nerves will be jangling in the final stages for Boyd Kershaw and Brian Hull with problems on the car, but they do manage to drag it to the finish in 4th place, a result crucially good enough to get them the Silver Star victory for 2015.
To 1 left flat, over bump dip, 40 to 4 right and 2 right, 40 to 4 left long tightens, don't cut, and 2 right over crest, flat, and downhill to 4 left tightens, over bump, and 6 right, into 6 left tight, keep it tidy, and 4 left over crest bump, flat, 150, to a flat crest, and downhill to a 3 right, 3 left. 40 to jumps into 2 left, don't cut. 80 to 3 right over crest to bump, and downhill to a 1 left flat.
Richard Sykes and Emma Morrison are unable to gain any more time, but they do hold their own, finishing the day with the final step on the podium and taking second in the B12 class. And for Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson, it will be second place. A great drive all day and the pair's first ever podium in the BTRDA, ending the day just 19 seconds off the lead. So that does mean that it's victory for John Rowlands and Glenn Latham. The pair held the lead since the loss of Callum Black earlier in the day, and of course take the win in the B11 class to go along with it. So before we chat to our Silver Star crews, including our new champions, here's a reminder of the final results. John, Glenn, fantastic result here at the Cambrian. You came to mix things up and you did just that.
Yeah, it was a great day in the end. We had a bit of problems in the morning, but in the afternoon we battled on and few tyres on, and although it was a bit rough in the afternoon, but we still battled through it and have a good run on the Great Orme as well for a blast. Yeah, it was nice to get to the finish, to be honest. So yeah, ideal. Yeah,
Glenn, when he said he was going to have a big push in the afternoon because of those problems in the morning, you must have raised an eyebrow at that one.
Yeah, and I think I may need to change my underwear. It's one bit in Penmark, where the arse, and just literally went up. I thought, oh God, here we go. It's just about to drop the notes and hold on and think, oh, he's got it, let's carry on. And yeah, just driven socks off the car all day, and to have quick time on the Orme as well, really impressive. So yeah, fair do so.
Well done, guys, it's a cracking podium, isn't it?
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mira and Jonathan, what a fantastic result here in London. Now, you must be really happy with that one.
Yeah, I'm pleased. We had a dodgy morning really. We spun in the first one this morning, lost about 30 seconds. So, to come back and finish second, I think. So, I'm happy with it.
You switched back to two-wheel drive. You've been getting used to this car now, and it's really getting the pace there, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we got there this afternoon, especially. I think we were the fastest two-wheel drive in most of the stages. So, I hadn't been on gravel since the Carlisle stages in June. So, we weren't expecting to be right on it from the word go, but this afternoon it was really on it. So.
Fastest two-wheel drive in most of the stages. That must have been quite a ride this afternoon.
No, it was awesome. Fair play to him. He's driven a textbook event. I spitting them out as fast as I could, head down, no looking up. And Penmark, the second time, was probably one of the best gravel stages we've done together. So, awesome. Great day.
Some great stories from a great day, and you guys are part of a fantastic podium here as well. Well done.
Thank you.
Boyd, Brian, top of the pile in the Silver Star. You weren't expecting that when you started out this season.
No, not at all. Condolences to Callum because he's had a great season, but never give up. You got to finish first. You got to finish. So we stuck at it today. It's great, really good.
You've had some fun along the way this season as well, Brian. You've changed tactics slightly on some events. You've been quite outspoken about the way you've been working in the car.
Yeah, and today was just go for it, and we had a trying day in the car, as we said, a few issues, but we didn't worry about the championship. It was just keep it on the road, keep it going, and see if we could how well we could do in the class. That probably hasn't worked out because of the issues, but we're here at the end.
Do you know what, you hire at the end, and you're here as champion, Boyd Kershaw, champion of the Silver Star in the BTRDA. How does that sound?
Sounds pretty good, actually. You want to say that again? No.
You can have it. Well done.
Cheers. Thanks.
Well, what a battle the Silver Star category turned out to be here in the BTRDA. Desperately unlucky for Callum Black and Paul Wakely. But look who comes out on top. It's a flying Kiwi. Boyd Kershaw, Brian Hull alongside. They'll be delighted with that victory. Let's see what happened in the Gold Star here at the finale in Llandudno. On to the Gold Star then, and it will be no change for Sasha Kakad and Andrew Price as they continue to lie third in the N4 class to the finish. For Sarah Williams and Mark Glenister, it will be 10th. They round out the top of the results as well as taking third in the B13 class in the process. No problems for Brian Bell and Jamie Edwards in the final stages of the day as they continue to hold on to 9th place overall in that focus. The best BTRDA finish for Bell since his return to the series. There will be no change for second in the B13 class, Dylan Davies and Leon Williams. They remain in that place and also 8th overall. Their penalty meaning they do miss out on a couple of positions though. Reece Yates and Tom Woodburn have a great debut of the new car to end the rally with 7th. No change for Russ Thompson and Andy Murphy. Unable to catch any more time on the N4 leaders, they would have to settle for 2nd. A great result though, and they end the rally with 6th place. Bob Keane and Andy Bull would unfortunately drop down the results a little, ending the day with 5th place. But they did do what they came here to do, reaching the finish in one piece. For Paul Ben and Richard Cook, it will be a successful finish. They'd been around the podium places for some of the day, but 4th place would still be a welcomed result for an occasional outing for Paul. A great few stages in the final part of the day meant to move up the results into that podium position for Pat Naylor and Ian Lawrence. Another podium to back up the result from last time out, and a great Group N victory to finish the season with. And there's no change at the top of the results as Hugh Hunter and Andy Marchbank keep the pace and end the day with 2nd place. A great day out in the new car and proof that the package was capable of the results. But taking victory here on their home event were Luke Francis and John Roberts, and not for the first time. They held the lead for most of the day and pushed the car hard. A great finish to the season for the pair, and the new car really doing the business this weekend and looking good for 2016. So before we chat to our rally winners, here's a reminder of the final results in that Gold Star category. Luke, you came here. The car's still very new to you. You had an extremely tough entry in the BTRDA, and here you are, taking victory in the championship on your home event.
Yeah, it's, well, we didn't think this was going to be the outcome of it. We only come here for a good day out with it being the local events, but yeah, we've had a fantastic day, brilliant stages, and it's been really good.
John, you guys are always fighting above your weight in this championship, and the new car certainly is doing the business for you.
Yeah, it's done really well today, and it's like considering we lost 20 odd seconds on the 2nd stage this morning and 35 seconds on the 7th stage when we spun and got stuck between 2 banks. Lost over 50 seconds and we're still here, like, and we just can't believe it really, like. And then the time we've just done round the Orton, 2:38, unheard of, so it's good.
You guys are no strangers to big results on your home event, but this must go down as a pretty special one.
Oh, I'm absolutely made up. Yeah, with the entry, when I saw the entry, my heart sank, to be honest, a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, absolutely made up with the result today.
Well, perhaps coming the first event of 2016, everyone else's hearts will sink when they see you on the entry. Well done, guys. Victory at the last round.
Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Hugh, Andy, 2nd in the BTRDA Cruise in the new car. That must be a pretty good feeling here on your home rally.
A little bit of a surprise. We didn't expect to be 2nd. I think we're 5th overall on the rally, so more than happy with the outcome of the day, to be honest. We struggled a bit on the first 2, and then it sort of came together stage 3 onwards, and for the rest of the day the times have been really good, and we just had a bit of a whale of a time around the Orme. This thing set so soft for gravel. I'm sure it felt like it was going to flick over today. It was so soft and leaning over. It was quite an experience going around the Orme in it, but we're glad to get to the end, and it's been a brilliant day.
Andy, local knowledge has really helped. These guys, him and Luke, are both local to here, and they've flown through these stages against some pretty stiff competition.
Yeah, I say local, I'm a Scouser, but the first 2 stages we've never done before, so that was a baptism of fire, and it's a standard R5, so 1600, and getting to grips with, because there's only 5 speed to where the gears are. You know which key to be in for each bend is fantastic, and because we're so old, we like to do our bit for age concern. So
you've certainly done that today. You've fought with your weight in that car, and it's good to see you out fighting for the top places and back on our podium here on Special Stage. Well done, guys.
Thanks very much.
Thanks
Cheers,
very much,
Paul.
Cheers.
Well, guys, what can I say? You've been fighting for a very special man today, who we're all remembering here in Llandudno, but a podium in the BTRDA is a great way to finish your season as well.
Yeah, it was really good. We wanted to do him proud, and we went flat out from the start. Shame that the dice with Aaron ended early, but it was just a great day. Russ chased us hard, so we've had a fantastic time.
And to mention as well, Aaron wasn't going to take any points from this, so he left 3rd place, didn't he?
Right. Yes, he did. And you know, even if he'd have beaten us, he was still going to hand his time card in, and that was a great thing to do.
It was a great fight you were a part of out there today, and you know, to have that kind of fight in the Group N Championship here in the BTRDA. It bodes well for next year, doesn't it?
It does, and Pat's drove brilliantly all day, and I even told him to ease off on the arm, and he didn't, and it was sideways, and I said I didn't want to go sideways, but he said he loved it, and tribute to him, and he's done well for Andy, and we've done a cracking year and couldn't have asked any better.
Well, of course, Tom and Andy are a big part of that story this year, so it is a good tribute. Well done, guys. Great result.
Cheers.
So with the final round complete, Dave Weston, of course, takes the championship title, and those podium places are decided in his absence here at the final round. Luke Francis' win this weekend means he takes the B13 class victory from Dylan Davies by a single point, while Pat Naylor, rallying with Andy Mort's name on the side of the car, wraps up the Group N victory with his podium position. Well, what a way to finish the season for Luke Francis. Victory on his home event and against such tough competition on that entry today as well. Hugh Hunter back in the mix in the BTRDA. That bodes well for next season in that R5, of course. And, of course, Pat Naylor. A great tribute to Andy Mort for him to be on the podium here today. That's it for another season of the BTRDA from Special Stage. We hope to see you next year. I hope you enjoyed watching this series as much as we've enjoyed bringing the UK's premier gravel rally championship to your TV screens.
Five right plus in and 6 right continue over 10.